guess obviously didn't get the result in the end, but you happy with how the team played?
Oh, look, the first three quarters were pretty good, if not probably the better side. We just didn't take our chances at some various stages, and look, the last quarter was disappointing. And the Giants, there's a reason they're where they are and where they've been, and they probably taught us a lesson. Once their contest and pressure lifted, we just couldn't quite either deal with it, but then more important, put our foot back on the accelerator itself. So they got the game on their terms at the end, and they were just too good. So, there's a reason they're now 4-0. But overall, I thought the first three quarters were pretty good. Yeah.
See some of the signs that you were looking for after making the change, bringing in the three young guys as well?
Yeah, but also some of the experienced guys, like Bailey Humphrey and Melly Roses did some nice things. He got a little bit banged up at one stage, but some good things that we did. There's certainly some areas that we can get better. We do give up a couple of easy goals every now and then, and on the offset we probably work a little bit harder for our goals where we'd like to get a couple of ones returned. So there's a lot of positive things that we can continue to build on. But the disappointing thing is, when they went, we couldn't quite go with them, and that's a lesson we'll learn from it.
Does that come down to experience, come down to confidence? What does that come down to?
Look, it's a combination of both. There's a variety of things. That's a great footy side that we're seeing across the road, and we're not quite there yet, but that's where we desire to be. So what we'll sit there and we'll review the game in two facets really. The first three quarters where things looked good, and then there's, listen, when a side does this to us, how do we respond? And that's what good sides do when the game's on the line. They push hard, and their pressure lifts, their contest work gets a lot better, and we just couldn't quite nullify it. So there'll be some lessons learned.
Are you starting to see the plan, or I guess the blueprint for you to become a good side, a great side with the list that you have at the moment?
Oh, I think so. Look, I think we saw some of three debutants come in, and they look really, really good at various stages. I thought Sam Cloesi was outstanding on the wing, and Will Graham looked very composed and poised and tough, and Ethan Reid, for a key position play, together with Jed Walter, that have played 2 and 1 games respectively. They've got some great touch. They'll get some great learnings out of playing against guys like Sammy Taylor and Himmelberg and those types, but they've got a long way to go with the understanding of the game, how those players will use their body, but they'll take a big step forward, I think, after today's game.
Sam Flanders off the half-back. What's the thinking behind there? I mean, half-backs are important these days to put him there. Oh,
it's just his ball use. I thought he was probably one of the best players on the ground, and you could see that, every time he got the ball, we used the ball really well, and he just controlled that half-back line. And we sort of have known for a while that that's the sort of style of game that we want to play, and it's funny enough the side across the road plays a very similar style with Whitfield, Nation, these type of players. So I thought he was terrific today for a first up game, and to have the output that he did was wonderful.
Is that a long-term kind of position for him at the moment?
Would you move him? No, would I? No. Are you going to ask a question? You've been sitting here all day.
Matt Andrew did sort of hit with Toby Green. That's something you're going to speak to him about, and that's the sort of small mistake that he made.
Listen, I think at the end of the day, he probably responded to Toby. Toby's one of those players. He's very good at getting under the guard of other players. And look, Mac will learn from it. I thought he was outstanding today, Mac. And, there's a reason this guy went in the top 10 picks of the draft. And, I thought he was brilliant today. He's got some work to go on his fitness probably from that point of view, but we were really pleased with the way he played today. Look, that's a 20% thing. He'll rectify that tomorrow. Sort of thing. We don't want to give up cheap goals like that, but that's the craft of a young Toby, not a young Toby Green, a mature Toby Green that's got a great understanding of that.
And you also enjoy playing out here, around Mount Barker. It's great contest as well. So.
Yeah, it's nice. Look, I think we gave him a good game. It's a great venue. The kids are up here and they just thought it was awesome. Tough thing is they want to get back into Adelaide now to watch the next game, so they've had a great weekend. And the gather round overall has just been incredible. I reckon it's one of the great rounds on the AFL calendar, and one we enjoyed last year. I certainly enjoyed it this year, and playing up here where you don't often come is a pleasure really. The ground itself was outstanding. I thought the crowd was awesome, and it's a shame we couldn't get into some of those food trucks out the back. Even the gin one looked exciting there at one stage. So yeah.
And up against Hawthorn next week, 6-day break. Would you have a good look at how they'll go tonight before you jump on the plane?
Yeah, I think so. They obviously play, later on tonight, so we'll probably miss most of that game. We'll probably be on the plane, but we'll certainly, do our due diligence during the week. And they're probably a side like us in a way, probably, want to find the win column. We've gone 2-2, which, first 4 rounds in, we'd love to have gone 3-1, but not the case. But we get a really good opportunity to play at home. We're 2-0 at home. We've got to make sure we win at home, which is a crucial one for us. And what we do need is we need the Suns fans to come out and support us in force. We've got some young, dynamic, exciting talent that's going to take this, club forward. So get there on board early. Come and watch these kids play.
Is Jack McCrosh just a defender now? He's kind of going between forward defence.
Yeah, well, it's sort of one of those ones. I like him down there. His ability to use the ball, and once again, he's provided great output as a forward. I love him down back because he can win the ball back first and foremost, but then he can distribute as well. And he did some really, really good things today. We'll build on that. We'll keep putting him in positions where he's got to, learn the system that we're trying to implement. It's a tough ask when you played it, just over 2 weeks. So I thought he did some good things today that we'll build on.
Just giving distributors off in defence is so important. Do you kind of see him as your one down there? He's got such a beautiful field kick.
Yeah, he is. He's, I thought he had the shot from 50, which he probably normally know, but he didn't today. And look, he's only going to get better once he starts to have that chemistry and connection with the remainder of the backs. I think he'll only get better and better. But we gave up a high score today, but they did kick incredibly straight, I think, in the first half. So we've got some work to do. Thanks, guys.